Well, thank God it's MasqueDeMask and not Kaito Kid. God, I hate Kaito Kid. Ooh, looky at me, I'm so freaking great at stealing everything by doing stupid things that technically should never work. And I hate it when Detective Conan crossovers with Kaito Kid. Chapters are too long and it's all like, oh no, we'll never have Kaito Kid somehow dress up as anybody else here because we have this stupid security measure brought up, but oh no, he tricked us and now he still looks like everybody else and whatnot and Then again, Detective Conan needs to end already. Hey Nick, get a load of this! Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later, this is important! What are you freaking out about now? Today, I will be the last time you talk to me that way. Huh? We're about to hit the big time. Big time? What do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are... Oh god, no, please, no. Don't be silly. I'm talking about me and Birdie, of course. Hello, it's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. Pearls! You have changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway? Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this! What is this? Some kind of poster? Kurine Village. Isn't that... That's right! It's our hometown! Pearly and mine, that is. What's this about treasures from the boonies? Very funny. You can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight. Tonight? What about tonight? I already have plans with a bottle of hand lotion in Edward's picture. The Treasures of Kurine exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but the promoters sent us some special VIP entry passes. That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? Huh. Same Maya, different day. Yeah, that's quite an outfit you're wearing. This slug lady here is Maya Fey. The younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then... I've been the one who's been keeping this office afloat from behind the scenes! No, you haven't. Don't ever say that you are. Ever again. Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium and a bit of a shady character. Hey! Who are you calling shady? And this little girl is Pearl Fey, but I usually call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin and a spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. Kurine Village is the home of the mysterious Kurine channeling technique, and Maya here is the daughter of the Kurine School of Channeling's master. Thank God he colored up the word daughter, or I might have thought that her miniskirt is hiding a dick. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, all right. Earth to Nick, how long are you going to make two gorgeous women like us wait? Pearls is 9. Or maybe 10. She's not a woman yet. If she is about 16, 18, maybe hitting her 20s, then I'll call her a woman. Before, I'm still willing to call her a girl. Yes, Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit. Looks like I don't get a choice here. Might as well head on out. Lordly Tailor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit I am pretty impressed. I'm not. Wow, this is awesome! Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. It all depends on how you display it. Oh, they even have the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the Fey Manor storeroom. Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. On a family heirloom? Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse. Alright. I guess we should go and say hello. I am sure that the person is an entirely new character, not someone we've seen before. I think this is the first time that he is actually listed himself while we are controlling him. Yeah, this is a basement warehouse, alright. This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time. Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you. Oh, Mr. Wright. Monster, you were right! Monster? Good evening. It's good to see you again. Yeah, I know you. Nice to see you again too, little miss. Oh, hello. Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. I am in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. I am also responsible for the security arrangements. Oh, nice to meet you. Adrian sure has changed since we last met. Yeah, a different colored shirt, a differently colored book, and her hair is put up now. That is such a giant change. I barely even recognized her. So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. That's nice. Why is there no music playing? I owe a great deal of thanks to that badge. It's the only reason that I'm still here today. Not really. Oh, come on now, that's not true. I think what Nick means to say is, it wasn't thanks to the badge, it was thanks to me. Tell the truth, Nick. I know that's what you were thinking. No way, Maya. So, what about this? Sorry I can't be of more help, but I really don't have anything to say about that. I wanted to do something nice for you and your friends, Mr. Wright. So that's why you arranged this exhibit? I knew that Kurain village was the hometown of your assistant, Maya. I thought it would be great to let the rest of the world know about it too. But that's not exactly thanking me, per se, is it? Maybe, but who'd want to see an exhibit on the treasures of Phoenix Wright? It probably includes some lube bottles, Phoenix noodles from 1-4. I guess I can't argue with that one. I'm sorry, I didn't know as many people as I used to. So there really isn't anything I can tell you about that person. I would be surprised if you knew her. You've certainly changed since I last saw you 7 months ago. Really? Yes, you look like you've bulked up a little. Well, now that she mentions it, I guess I have gotten a little stronger. You're such a dork, Nick. I finally managed to put the events of 7 months ago behind me. I really love the work that I'm doing now. Honestly, I owe it all to you, Mr. Wright. Oh, it was nothing. And to this little girl, too. Thank you for saying so. I guess I wasn't much of a help, huh? Well, you were kinda not there. And you were used for a stupid kidnapping subplot, so yeah, no need to thank you. No, that's not true. You were all a big help to me. She shouldn't take it so personally. It's not like she was actually free to help. And could we have some music, please? It's very annoying. It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Why are you just spazzing out on me? What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up, that's all. Stick Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily. Please, Maya, don't say anything that'll needle Pearls further. Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened some months ago. You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case? Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick? After that, I quit being a manager and started this job. That's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews, if it wasn't for us. No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I now have a different job that pays a lot less than the other one. And I also have a criminal record now, making it difficult to land a job to begin with. My life is great. I really am grateful. That's a relief. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring. Well, Lordly Taylor is celebrating their 200th anniversary this year. The works on display in the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums. Woohoo! Did you hear that, Pearly? The finest museums! Yes, I did. That's really wonderful. So the Spaceman warehouse is pretty well protected, huh? Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures here. The security guards are all very highly trained as well. That sounds good. So what is with that face she's making? As long as she's not holding a Shelly the Killer card, I don't care. This computer, it looks like it's hooked up to the security camera above. And that means what? The camera is set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out of the storeroom. No! Not again with the freaking automated pictures! Screw your pictures, they always suck! Then the data from the camera gets uploaded to this computer here. That's what. I see, that's some pretty high-tech stuff. It's a security camera. It's trained on the warehouse door. It's set up to take a picture of anyone that enters or exits the door. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say. Okay. Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Really? Let's go in. I want to take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in there. Did you hear that, Nick? We're unauthorized personnel. Why are you telling me that? Look, a ladder! That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right. Sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere else? I'm looking and it does look like a ladder. But it could also be a step ladder and I just don't see the second part. It looks like part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is the burr. Aha! I've got it! Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger! Why would anyone write hamburger that big? Like, maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something? I kinda doubt it. Aha! I've got it! Maybe it said spaghetti! Why are you talking about... Oh, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could say spaghetti. Well, maybe it was a typo. It might have said Spaghetti Festival. What do you think? Okay, to me, spaghetti's the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. She fits perfectly into this world's thing. Law thing. Mystic Maya, take a look next to the door. That's Mystic Amy, right? Yes, that's a statue of the woman who invented the Kurine channeling technique, Amy Fey. This statue is on loan from one of the training halls of the Fey branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning. What's that creepy looking thing she's holding? Oh, believe me, that's gonna get important later on. But also, it does look like a 7-people dildo. So... maybe it's for orgies. Don't ask me, how should I know? Well, you are the future master, right? Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue. That thing is the Kurine Shichishito. Ugh. Too many S's sound. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. Oh, phooey. I wanted to cut something. Please let it be your wrist. What do you eye me for? Oh, look, it's already 8. Have you all eaten yet? Well, actually, I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together? Oh, I like the sound of that. Dine. It sounds so fancy. I'll have the kids' lunch. Pearly, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with the kids' dinner? Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me. Shall we head upstairs then? I wasn't done expecting things. After that pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined that the very next day something terrible would happen. Okay, we're here in October. This is going to be important in the last case, but remember, October. Nick, this is terrible! What? You're cleaning the toilet again? I never knew you were such a toilet freak. Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. I'm going to turn on the TV. You do that, sweetie, you do that. We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced that they believe it was work. The is missing. It was the work of the renowned phantom thief, MasqueDeMask. MasqueDeMask? According to a spokesperson, Lord Lee Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist by this phantom thief, who only targets rare treasures. Well, what kind of thief would he be, phantom thief, if he didn't take rare treasures? Lord Lee Taylor? Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet. Treasure? Lord Lee Taylor? You don't think... Yes, no, get up, Nick. It was stolen by MasqueDeMask. Our most valuable treasure. The Kurine sacred urn was stolen. Why anyone would want to take a stupid urn that is already shitty, glued together and spelled wrong is beyond me. What? Why do you care so much? Charlie, a quite decorative plant. When she was alive, Mia really loved it. She even went so far as to make it our mascot. It must be nice to be a plant, being able to just sit in the sun and photosynthesize. Hey Nick, no time for daydreaming! That's right, Mr. Nick, no time for daydreaming. Until I find that urn, they're not going to give me a second of peace. Shut up, both of you. There's a giant building just outside the window. It's the Gatewater Hotel, a high-class luxury hotel. The chain is getting so rich that they bought a whole chunk of the next town over and started building a huge theme park. It's going to be called Gatewaterland. And to think that 2 years ago it was just a little hotel for businessmen. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. Actually, I've neglected them for so long that they're covered in a layer of dust. Maybe I should actually try reading them once in a while. Hey Nick, this is no time for reading. Yes, Mr. Nick, you can always read later. I guess I won't be getting any peace and quiet to even read until I find that urn. Screw your urn! So, what do you think about this? What about it, Pearly? I'm not certain. What do you think, Mr. Nick? Maybe 3 heads aren't better than 1. You know, even I didn't know the statue existed until a little while ago. Didn't Adrian say it's from a Fey branch family's training hall or something? Yes, there are actually a lot of training halls scattered all over the country. Hidden away deep in desolate mountains. Why does it always have to be desolate mountains? Oh hey, it's my Nakatama! So what do you think, Nick? Isn't it neat? It sure is. Being able to peek into people's minds is definitely a nice advantage. What? How do you do that? What do you mean? You gave me this thing. Well, I knew Pearly put some sort of spiritual power into it, but I had no idea that it let you do something as cool as that. Some future leader you are. Next time you use it, let me know, okay? I want to see into people's minds too. It's not a lie detector, and it's not a mind reader. Is this thing really all that valuable? It looks kinda, well, junky, if you ask me. But it's got the soul of Mystic Amy, the founder of her channeling technique. So how much do you think you could get for it? What? Sell the sacred urn? You know, I never thought about that. Hey Pearly, make a note of that. Ways to save money, tip 109, sell treasures whenever possible. Whenever possible. Check! Somehow I think Maya's going to be searching for a buyer for a long time. Fine, I'll go. Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy. But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night. Bad guy, huh? Hey, you can't poke around here, pal. Wait a minute, that voice. Oh no, not hit him again. It's you, and I'm the one who should be saying not again. Why is it that every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal? I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here? I asked you first. Why are you here and... Alright, we got it. Why did you two kiss and make up already? I'm sure somebody has already drawn fan art of that. Okay, maybe his deep, penetrating trust bond isn't as deep with Phoenix as it is with Edgeworth, but I'm sure they have one. Hello. It's been been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective.
Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now is a good chance for you to try to remember it right.
And if it's too long for you, you could just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick.
Yeah, good to see you again too, I guess. I guess that's one way to get kicks out of this. Here, take a look at my attorney's badge. Are you still showing that cheap little thing off? A real man keeps his mouth shut and carries a suave police badge, pal. What about this? Sorry, pal. I didn't get much sleep last night. My brain's not really working right.
Somehow I don't think sleep would really fix the problem.
Keep it down. He might have really good hearing for all you know, and might get mad if you hurt. I can hear everything you're saying, pal. Pretty goofy looking face if you ask me.
Hey! What are you doing carrying that around with you anyway? It's not like we ever need it.
She's got a point. Oh, that's Miss Mia Fey. She was a truly beautiful person, pal. She looked okay. If you like really big boobs, that's fine. I have my limit of big boobs.
Huh? You knew her? You knew my sis?
Sure, everybody in the police force knew her. We all lost a great friend that day.
Mr. Scruffy Detective?
Oh, I just got something in my eye. I'm not crying. What about this person? Sorry, pal. I didn't get much sleep last night. Yeah. You know what, Maya? I'm gonna throw you down some stairs. Maybe that's gonna help your brain. Also, how come he doesn't know Maya? And he can't say anything about himself? What's with this? Jeez.
Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us about what happened?
Oh, you're trying to remember my name, atta girl. It's Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn.
I know about that.
Oh, well, the criminal's name is MasqueDeMask.
I know about that too. Detective, can't you tell us something other than that?
Well, I guess I sorta kinda owe you guys, in a way. The crime occurred last night around 1:30 in the morning.
How exactly do you know that?
We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen.
The scene of the crime? You mean here, right?
Wrong. That urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse.
That urn certainly looks different from the one we had in case 2-2.
Basement warehouse, huh?
So who was guarding the basement warehouse?
That guy. It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal. He solves one case and gets a swelled head thinking that he's an ace detective.
Ace detective?
So why do you call him an ace detective anyway? That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up.
So, what's he like?
Well, like I told you, MasqueDeMask has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back.
Wow,
That is impressive. All by himself?
Yeah, I gotta admit, pal, maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men on a stakeout. But none of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy.
But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief.
Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now looking for clues.
So he's down the basement warehouse, huh? Detective Gumshoe, but this MasqueDeMask? Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? MasqueDeMask is the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. But underneath those disguises, the true MasqueDeMask.
So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh?
And he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night was his 5th heist. If Lordly Taylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time.
What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the sacred urn?
Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something.
Calling card, huh? They mentioned that on TV.
So what's this calling card? Here it is. But don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal?
What's this mark on the front?
That's MasqueDeMask's signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards have got it on them.
You're right, they did not mention that.
We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by his emblem.
That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday.
This is funny because of next case.
Thanks, I guess. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills.
You say this being the only the second time that you came in here. That's probably because it's air conditioned. To protect the art pieces, you know. Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos!
What the heck does that mean?
I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please, make yourselves at home.
Who are you anyway?
Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What do you see?
Zvari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. A lawyer and a spirit medium. Neither very advanced at their trade. Am I wrong?
That's scary. How'd you know that?
How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that how is nothing but a question of why. I am a traveler of both time and space, and a swimmer of dreams.
What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it.
Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman, and introduce myself. The name is Atme. Luke Atme. Yes, his pun name is Look at Me. This is one pun name that I didn't really get for a long time because Luke. I pronounce Luke with a long U sound, not as look. So, good job on hiding it, I guess. Ace Detective. Oh, hi.
Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of.
The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney.
I'm Maya Fey,
a spirit medium. And I'm a Pearl Fey. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and spirit medium ace apprentice.
Excellent. Well then, shall we begin our little game? Game? Why does the phrase one short of beggars doesn't come to mind with this guy? I'm sorry I can't be more helpful, but I have no interest save that of finding evidence against my arch-rival.
No, it's okay. Nick is just a bit of piddling evidence hog. That's his defense style.
A piddling evidence hog, you say? In that case, I'd simply be wasting my breath.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Thanks, Maya. Why couldn't you have said I was a rival and not a piddling evidence hog? MasqueDeMask's calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right? Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch-rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top-secret piece of information.
Well, we've got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here.
Yes, indeed. I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals. I don't know if I really want this guy to like us ever. So are you really as famous as you say? Of course! For a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in the city that had not heard of me. Look at me! I am MasqueDeMask's arch-enemy, the ace detective. Look at me! At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light.
Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick?
I have been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning this criminal's pattern, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. I even returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Magina, to the crime scene. And I did all by myself. I took it back from MasqueDeMask, with my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles.
Yeah, they mentioned that on the news in the Great People of the Town segment. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward.
Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much. So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. By the way, something I want to say about this case. I haven't played it very often. I think I only replayed it maybe once? Otherwise, I've pretty much ignored it. It's not very interesting.
Oh, tell us what you know about MasqueDeMask. And keep it simple, please.
Like about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds? Last night, here in the bowels of the store, we were locked in a most glorious battle. Let's see. Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here? In Lord Taylor? Naturally. Wherever Damask goes, you will find at me laying his elegant traps. Elegant traps? More like Damask out-eleganced you and made a beautiful getaway. But this time, I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory. I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. You think I should do that? Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night? But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces. Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. I first received the request for my services 20 days ago. And it was 10 days ago that we received MasqueDeMask's calling card.
Huh? You were hired before the calling card even arrived?
Yes. You see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough. That's Adrian for you. A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized.
A calling card arrived, right?
Yes. So, ace detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief right in the warehouse. And waited for him.
Alone.
Alone? But why? Why didn't you go to the police for help?
Ridiculous! Why would I seek help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops? You've got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let DeMask get away. I always operate alone and concealed, out of the sight of others.
Concealed?
Precisely! Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb.
Anyway, back to what happened last night.
As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared. But that's impossible. How could it just disappear? How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here. For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself.
So you're saying that even though no one came through those doors at last night, our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose?
That's just not possible. Well, Sir Lawyer, I've been told that you too are pursuing the mysterious thief. Well, I'm not sure what...
That's right! We're going to find the sacred urn no matter what we have to do.
Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If, perchance, you should discover something of value, return then to my office. To my office of Earthly Delights, the Acme Detective Agency.
Office of Earthly Delights?
Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do. Wait a minute!
He's gone.
I don't like doing the idea of this guy's job for him.
Come on, Nick, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. After all, we've been doing the police's jobs for the last 10 cases. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind. I want to go to his office too. Take me with you, okay?
What makes you think I'd just let you go back home after the investigation? Well, whatever, let's just examine stuff. That pathetic-looking wooden box.
Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it.
Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on there.
I worked so hard to make that box.
Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya?
What's that supposed to mean? That urn has always been on the sand in the winding way of Fey Manor. So there was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick. And I was so proud of it.
Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if MasqueDeMask had taken the box too.
Wow, this is so awesome! What did Miss Andrews say it was called again?
Shichishito. It's literally 7-branch sword in Japanese. Or so says Miss Andrews. Whoa, it's pretty heavy.
1 hit, 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it'd sell like hotcakes.
You know, it's like the slogan I heard for bulimia in the Sailor Moon Abridged series.
Bulimia! Double the flavor, 0 the calories!
It was a great slogan.
There's something about it that bothers me. Wow, you're really firing on all the cylinders today, Pearly. The sword, was Mystic Amy holding it last night? And another thing, the sword wasn't bent last night like it is now.
You're right.
Awesome, Pearly! I wouldn't expect any less from a little ace apprentice.
The sword is bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow.
I'm sure somebody used it somehow, if you catch my drift.
Aha! I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Acme smashed MasqueDeMask with this. Like this!
Oh! What the heck?
What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before.
Oh man, my head. My hair!
Well, look what you did, Nick. You spilled paint over there.
I didn't do that.
Well, it wasn't here last night. I would have noticed the color this outrageous.
I noticed the color it was behind the statue, so it wasn't that hard to miss.
But this paint is already dried up. Well then, you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick.
Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. Looks like it's been several days since it was spilled. Hey, look at this.
What is it?
There's some kind of shape left in the bottom left side of the stain. It looks like an L. It probably stands for loser.
Huh? You're right. I wonder what it could be. This statue of Mystic Amy is so cool. I want a gold statue of myself. We could put it in the office.
Hey, it's Right and Co. How about a gold statue of me? Or a gold statue of my member? I'm sure Edward will be very happy to take a look at it.
Mr. Nick, I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange.
What is it, Pearls?
The statue of Mystic Amy. Was this where it was last night?
No, it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Great job, Pearly! I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin.
So the statue was moved on the night of the crime. Or it was moved between the time we last saw it and when we saw it when we entered the room now. Not necessarily on the night of the crime. It could have been moved an hour after we initially left. It says organy.
No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters.
Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either because this place is a mess.
Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh?
Shut up, my mess has a system.
Hey, Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer! A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It has such a cute name.
I forget what mine is called. But I'm sure it has a cute name too. It looks like this computer is for storing the data from the security camera. When someone comes in or out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them.
It's probably the trap that the detective set up. Let's see if we can find last night's data on this thing. We might even find a photo of MasqueDeMask.
Let's see here. Man, I really stink at working these things. Compared to case 1-3 where he did it without any problems, but I guess they hadn't invented that personality or characteristical trait of his yet.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot.
I don't know how to pull up the photos.
I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick.
Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway.
I guess you have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick?
Yeah, sure.
It looks like the camera only went off once last night. What if I click on the camera? It's a security camera. Is there any different type of text? Yeah, a bit of one. A security camera? Yeah, go stand in front of the door and I'll snap your photo too, Pearly. Mystic Maya, do you think I should smile? Nah, it's for criminals, so I think you should make a really scary face. Like this? I guess that's about it. This is a detective agency? Looks more like the set of some B-grade horror movie. Hello? Anyone there? It looks like nobody's home. Oh, what a waste of time. Hey, I know! Let's take this framed picture back with us as a memento! Don't you dare, Maya! Guess we'll have to try back later. Ugh, what is it with these people? Never there when I want to talk to them. What a creepy painting. It's like he's looking right at me. Maybe we should put up a big portrait of you in the office, Nick. I can even paint it for you. Maybe you can pose while cleaning the toilet? I think I'd prefer something a bit more dignified. Like being bent over my desk. Wow, it's a huge hearse! That's a fireplace. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right. Sorry. I don't remember this conversation ever happening before, but okay. Hey Nick, what's this thing here? It's called a gramophone. In the old days, people used them to listen to music. You can't be serious. I think it's probably for purifying the air or something. I'll bet you 50 cents. Come on, what do you say? Forget it. You never pay up when you lose. This desk is literally covered with all sorts of chemistry equipment. Oh, I just love chemistry! Say, Nick, I bet you didn't know this, but water is made up of carbon and hydrogen! No, not carbon. Oxygen. Oxygen and hydrogen. Oh? Well, there are always alternative theories, I guess. If by alternative theories you mean the ones you make up inside a head of yours. By the way, oxygen went on a date with magnesium. Oh my god! That's one impressive bookshelf filled with some very impressive books. My Life as an Ace Detective, unabridged edition by Luke Atney, Ace Detective. He's even got one of those ships and a ball thingies. Would you look at that? There's a little Luke Atney doll at the helm. How cute! There's a microscope here too. I wonder if he was researching something. The glass slides have different names on them. This one says Atney virus. Huh. This guy is just dying to make a name for himself. It's getting kind of irritating, actually. I wonder what the other slides are. Atme DNA. I need to get out of here. Now. Do you have anything else to say? Maybe? Nothing? I've been on this guy's tail ever since his first heist payout, pal. Yeah, you're doing a really great job, I can see. Listen, pal, if you want to jump high, first you gotta crouch down, right? I'm a little frustrated now, but it'll make it that much sweeter when I catch him. Anyway, that's what I keep telling myself every day.
Well, good luck, Mr. Detective Dick. I believe in you.
Oh, ain't you sweet. You're the only one that's ever said that. The only one? That's kinda sad if you think about it. Well, he is a sad person. Anything to say about the changed Adrian Andrews? Nope. Did I miss something in the warehouse?
Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there?
It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there.
I guess that's why they were keeping the sacred urn.
Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. And if I check it out again... nothing. I thought he was gonna talk about the paint tubes or jars of paint there. But he doesn't. I really don't remember where I have to go. Or did I really miss something somewhere? Cause screw this case, that's actually not important except for one character that is introduced here. The rest of it is unnecessary. Remember, don't tell anyone about that emblem, okay, pal? Does the thief ever send these to the police? No, always to the victims. Up until now, the victims have always come to us looking for help, though.
That's not what happened this time, you mean?
You got that right, pal. Listen up, if you guys ever get one of those calling cards, I want you to come to us right away. Got me? Yeah, sure. Do I have to examine something here? I think I remember this old folding screen here. I'm pretty sure it was an important piece of evidence. In that murder case that happened in Kurine village.
This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. The 6-leaf Kurine sacred writings folding screen.
If it's so secret, why is it the most prominent thing in the exhibit? A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English. 108 ways to save money. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it.
Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know.
Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. What's with the big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on it.
Well, it must be for the greatest treasure of all.
Greatest treasure? Is there something like that?
Huh? Well, of course there is. Right, Pearly? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll bet it would really take your breath away. Oh, Mystic Maya, look, I can't believe it.
It's so cute! It's a little diorama of Corain Village!
Yeah, look at that. But somehow, it seems to reek of dreariness.
Oh, Mr. Maya, it's your house. It even says Fey Manor on it. Yikes, you're right! I kinda want to add the famous in front of it.
Don't do it, Maya. They might get mad. Why is my game lagging? Well, I guess I've looked at everything here. Do I have to go back here again? No? Like I said, I haven't replayed this game very often, so I don't remember what I have to do. I think I have everything! Then again, the case is pretty boring. I'm basically lost right now, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why he's not here! I checked everything in the stupid hall here and the warehouse! And I just hit the microphone. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna see if I missed something or some crap like that. Be right back. Okay, I think I found it. Maybe, hopefully. What's that? All the other items that were stolen by MasqueDeMask were ones even I had heard of. They were all world-famous treasures. The Tear of Emanon or the Crown of Bongora.
Sacred Urn of Corain is famous too! Right, Pearly? Of course, everyone in Corain Village knows about it.
Sounds like we've got an unpredictable thief on our hands. Does this change anything? No?
Because according to the guide I have open here, I should have the sacred urn itself listed in my court record here, but I don't. And according to them, I should have gotten that by talking to Adrian Andrews yesterday. But I don't. What do you mean I have to talk to you about the stupid sacred urn? I think this is one case in the trilogy where you have to talk to your assistant here, where you would usually not talk to her at all. Because for the most part, it's always like, any ideas what we gotta do? We gotta go investigate! What do? We gotta go investigate! Refresh my memory a little. Where's the sacred urn? It's only the most important treasure in Kuhain village, that's all! Look, it's right there on this poster! Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul! Namely, the soul of Mystic Amy Fey, the founder of the Kuhain channeling technique. Right, Pearly? Yes, that's right. Hold up. I thought that urn had the name Amy written on it. Now it says I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly? Well... there are some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick? That's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Kuran village, Maya's hometown. I completely forgot about that. The sacred urn. It turned out to be an important clue in that case. It was terrible. I was arrested and everything. You know, I'm acting like this is the first time I was arrested, but, you know... 1 year ago, the murder in Kuran village. A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings, and this urn wound up being the key piece of evidence that proved her innocent. Mr. Nick? Would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn. Considering it had cracks beforehand, it was already broken, so really, not your fault. Oh, yeah, that's right. Now remember, this urn used to say Amy on it. Until Pearl's accidentally broken into a million pieces. I doubt she would have actually managed it had it been into a million pieces. She tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well. Sorry, I'm not so good at arts and crafts spelling either. Anyway, this is how her gluing project turned out. She put the pieces together wrong, and now, instead of Amy, it says I am. I still find it very difficult to think that it actually makes sense that an 8-year-old at the time doesn't know how to spell Amy. I can't believe no one's noticed this until now, a whole year later. I can't believe it myself. Whatever, I have it in my thing now, so it should be fine. What? least something now. Nick, your cell phone's ringing.
Hello, Phoenix right here. Oh, it's me, Gumshoe. Gumshoe? What is it? What's so funny? I'll tell you what's funny, pal. I finally beat him. I beat Mr. Ace Detective. Finally, this underdog is the alpha dog today. That stuck-up detective met's his match. Yep, I finally caught him. Look, stock and barrel. There's no escape for him.
You caught him? Are you saying... You captured MasqueDeMask?
Bingo! Well, actually, he surrendered. But I still got him. MasqueDeMask suddenly surrendered?
That's great! So when can we come pick up the sacred urn?
Well, you see, I was gonna tell you. What? Something wrong? Do you think you can swing by the detention center sometime? Detention center? He wants to talk to you. MasqueDeMask, that is.
What? He wants to talk to Nick?
I'll be waiting for you, pal, so get over here soon. The detention center, huh? Hey pal, welcome to the detention center. You're sure in a happy mood, aren't you? Yep, after all, we got
Right, but, so where's the sacred urn?
Oh, sorry about that, pal. I guess I didn't really think about it before. But you're the victim in this case.
Huh?
Well, I guess I should let you guys hear the story straight from the horse's mouth.
You know, he's right, Nick.
He is?
If you think about it real hard, we are the victims.
I believe you are using the royal we? Well, I guess so. In a way.
I'm so used to thinking of the victim as a dead person because we're always in murder cases. Excuse me. But anyway, I have to get the sacred urn back. Please, don't just ignore me.
What the hell?
Who are you? I'm MasqueDeMask, okay? Hey Nick, doesn't it look kind of, well, gangly? I'm Rondelite, the famous MasqueDeMask.
Si, Rondelite, MasqueDeMask. It's basically just putting a mask over his name. I don't think this guy could punch his way out of a wet paper bag. So, you're the MasqueDeMask guy?
Yes, you bet! No, that's wrong. You see, it's complicated. Sort of yes and sort of no, if you know. What's wrong? Well, when I say wrong, what I really mean to say is that it's not right, per se. You see, it's not spelled MasqueDeMask, it's actually MasqueDeMask. What's with this guy?
Well, he's a timid little weakling, we know that much.
Don't do that. Don't look at me like that, I don't need your pity!
And a major crybaby too. This coming from the guy who almost fainted in the second to last case. Or second to previous. So why did you give yourself up?
Well, you see, it's because, well... I know why. It's because he stole such a priceless treasure. And now you're overwhelmed with guilt. Am I right?
Priceless treasure. That broke Moldoran.
I have a little favor to ask.
Yes? What is it?
Could you go and talk to Desi? Desi?
So who is this Desi person?
Please don't talk about my wife like that! I guess she must be his wife. I'm sorry. The truth is, it was my wife that told me to have you all come here. Do you think you could go and visit her at my hideout?
A hideout?
Mr. Nick, what does he mean by hideout? Oh, sorry. Naturally, I meant to say my secret base.
Secret base?
Well, my apartment actually... Palazzo Pelpe... yeah, that's close enough. 3rd floor. Let's go have a look, Nick, to MasqueDeMask's hideout!
Something tells me she just likes the sound of the word hideout.
Look, we really want our urn back, so where is it? I'm sorry, I'll give it back, I really will. Maybe not. No, I can't. I can't make promise I can't keep. I'll just end up hurting people. Mr. Nick? I couldn't hear what you just said, especially the last part.
Mr. Damask, do you think you could speak up a little?
Yes, sir, I will. I promise. Maybe not. You see, I'm already speaking my normal voice, so I really can't do anything. Mr. Damask? About the urn? Oh, yes, the urn, right away. Actually, no. I wouldn't mind telling you, but actually I'm afraid you wouldn't believe me anyway. Enough already, just tell it to us straight. Please, please don't yell at me! I'm sorry. That urn, I lost it! What?!
What did you just say? Did you say you lost it?
Yes. No. Maybe so. I mean, yes, I lost it. What do you mean? Well, you know, I lost it, like I said. These things just happen. You're on the train and you get distracted and you forget your bag, you know? What?! You forgot our sacred urn on a train?
Wait a minute, you went on the train dressed like that?
No, I was just speaking hypothetically, that's all. Anyway, I'm sorry! I just lost it somewhere, I don't know where!
This guy's story is more surreal than a Dali painting.
Are you really sure this creep is MasqueDeMask?
Maya, don't call him a creep. Although I do have to admit I understand your doubts about this guy. What do you think about this?
I don't really think I can help you with that. No, that's not it. Well, the thing is, I don't really know if I can say one way or the other. I didn't really catch that.
Don't worry, you didn't miss anything.
I'm really sorry I caused so much trouble. If you're so sorry, then you shouldn't have stolen it in the first place. But the only thing I did wrong was lose it. That's not right. I was wrong either way. I'm sure the owners of the other treasures feel the same. He sure seems sorry. Who would have imagined that such a famous thief would have such a pure heart? Oh, that's MasqueDeMask's calling card. Pretty nice looking, huh? He looks so happy. I'm not very good at writing, you see. So I bought a book called How to Write Business Letters and Study Hard. Well, I guess you could call thievery a type of business. I'm sorry. My throat just constricted there. I was trying very hard to not cough. Well, okay, let's go to his hideout. What the fuck is this? Wow, check this place out. No doubt about it, this is MasqueDeMask's hideout, alright? Who is it? Is that you, Ronnie? Who are you people? Are you Desiree Delight? That's right, I'm Desiree. Oh! You must be the lawyer and the victim. Yeah, that's us. Your husband told us that you wanted us to stop by. I'm Maya Fey, and this is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nicky Boy and Maya, huh? I can't tell you how grateful I am that you decided to help my Ronnie. Well, you're welcome. Did you really call me Nicky Boy? Oh, Nicky, you're so fine. Well, technically he's not fine, but you get the reference, I'm sure. About your husband. Isn't he the cutest? A bit weak sometimes, though. A bit? By the way, did you know they mentioned Maya on TV? Huh? Really? They said you own her and that you're doing some shady training at a law office now. Remind me to not watch that channel's news program. After I saw that, I thought it might be a good idea to meet the lawyer they mentioned. I see. My Ronnie, he has a powerful imagination, gets deluded easily. He kept insisting he was going to surrender to the police. I didn't know what to do. It was me. I stole the urn, he kept saying, as if it was even possible. Huh? But are you saying he didn't? Of course he didn't. Why would my Ronnie ever do something like that? Well, you know, it's a priceless treasure, and he's, you know... Is it possible his own wife doesn't know his secret identity? Me? I'm the kind of woman that needs excitement in her life. Oh, excitement, huh? Yes, I'm at my happiest when I'm racing along with my bike going at full throttle. Riding a motorcycle is like putting your life on the line. You know what I mean? I haven't ridden on a motorcycle yet, but I have ridden on a moped before. So, yes? Well, I think that depends on how you ride it. Heh riding it. I'm the type that can't stand living a boring, dreary old life with no action. No offense, but your husband, Ron, doesn't exactly look like the risk-taking type himself. You're right about that. He's definitely not one for thrills and danger. But I do have to say that he makes up for it in other ways. He has a giant vagina-loving penis? Other ways? Yes, money. Ronnie is incredibly rich and super generous. Can he give me money? It would be nice. He bought me a bike that's so fast it would make your head spin. And shopping? I like to shop so much it makes Ron's head spin. The other day it actually happened. His head actually started to spin. Man, talk about a high-maintenance wife. So where does Mr. Delight get all this money from? Ronnie's a security guard. They put their lives on the line, right? So they get paid tons of money in return. Tons of it. He's a security guard? I think it's my turn for my head to spin. Can you tell us about what happened last night? What time did that incident take place again? What time was it again, Maya? Well, according to Detective Gumshoe, it was around 1:30 in the morning. Oh, last night was horrible. I got pulled over. Pulled over? Yes, I always do my best flying at night. Flying? You're talking about your motorcycle, right? Yes. Anyway, last night I got pulled over by a policeman. I can't believe he caught up to me. It was a great chase, let me tell you. When he finally caught me, the poor man was as white as a sheet. It was about 3 in the morning when I finally got home. Sounds like she's got an airtight alibi. Well, what about Mr. Delight? I don't really know. We weren't together at that time of the night. But when I got home, he was already fast asleep. So basically, he's got no alibi. Excuse me, would you take a look at this? Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't the faintest idea. I guess I just don't get out enough. Okay. So, what do you know about this? No, you can't show her that, Nick. That emblem is top secret, don't you remember? Oh! I'm sorry about that. But the way she just said top secret was a worse giveaway than what I did. Oh, when I hear the word top secret, it just piques my interest like nothing else. Oh, that's so mysterious looking. I love old stuff like this. Really? That's one of our most treasured possessions. There's going to be a whole exhibit at Lord Taylor with these type of things. Maya looks so happy. She's lit up like a 1000-watt bulb. Terrific! You can count on Ronnie and me to be there. Sounds like fun. Huh? Oh, yeah. Oops. Looks like that light bulb is starting to flicker. As long as I've got my motorcycle and my Ronnie, I'm happy. Oh, that's so sweet! Oh, that plus a little excitement and a little shopping money. Then I'm happy. Now she's starting to sound a bit greedy. Don't you think, Nick? I know he doesn't look it, but he can really get things done when he puts his mind to it. Really? So when exactly does he put his mind to it? Well, not very often, I admit. What exactly does Miss Delight see in her husband anyway? He makes her laugh. Wow, you must have really seen skyrockets when you first met to love him so much. What? When you first got to love him so much? Fell in love with him so much? I don't know what they're trying to do with this sentence. Skyrockets? I didn't know people still use that word. Mr. Light, you must know, right? About your husband and MasqueDeMask? MasqueDeMask? Of course, I know all about it. My husband is his biggest fan. Yep. What? Huh? Biggest fan? Yes, and Ronnie can be pretty delusional sometimes. That's how this whole misunderstanding happened. Wait a minute, did you say delusional? Yes, that's right. I just don't know what I'm going to do with him. You see, Ronnie actually believes that he is MasqueDeMask. What? What are you talking about? So, when did Ron first become MasqueDeMask? What are you talking about? He's not MasqueDeMask. But, wait a second. Look around at this room. This place is obviously MasqueDeMask's hideout. No, you're totally wrong. A real thief's hideout wouldn't look like this. It's because Ronnie is so timid himself that he looks up to heroic figures. Heroic figures? But MasqueDeMask is a bad guy. And so was Kamikaze Kaito-Jun. Technically. So he's deluded. Could that really be true? Anyway, if he really had stolen the urn, wouldn't he still have it? Well, I suppose so. Then why don't you ask him if he has the urn or not? She has a point. Mr. Delight isn't exactly the criminal type. But something about Ron's behavior bothers me. Maybe it's true. Maybe Mr. Delight isn't MasqueDeMask after all. Say, can I ask you something, Nicky boy? What is it? I know I may seem like a bad girl on the outside, but the one thing I won't stand for is illegal activity. I had the feeling you didn't. You're tough, but I can tell you've got a good heart. Somebody framed my poor Ronnie, I just know it. Could you give this to Ronnie for me? A letter? Yes, for Ronnie. I want him to fight back. Mr. Light? Okay, you've got it. Just relax and leave it all to us. Well, let's look at this. Oh god, what is all this stuff? It's MasqueDeMask. There's a tape recorder hanging from its neck. Let me see that. Ah ha ha ha! I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Ah ha 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 ha! I don't get it. What's this supposed to be, Nick? Nick, it's a torpedo! It looked like a giant phallic thing to me. It's hard to believe, but it sure looks real. Where could he have picked up something like this? Please don't say that torpedoes are things people just leave lying around. This thing looks vaguely familiar, and I just recognized it myself. Oh god. I just took a screen cap of it. Just so I can point it out. I know! It's a fishbowl! Well, an upside down one anyway. I think it's a helmet. An alien helmet. And that looks like a tape recorder or something next to it. I think it's a transceiver. An alien transceiver. Nick? Do you think maybe you could act like a grown-up for a little bit? Getting lectured by Maya to be more of an adult. That's a new low. Hey Nick, look! On top of the chair! Looks like an envelope and a letter. Well, don't just stand there. Come on, let's read it. Maya, you know we shouldn't do that. What are you talking about? That letter could be an important clue. No way. You can't just go reading a private letter because you feel like it. Well, it's not just because I feel like it. It really could be important. Well, to do that, you would have to require getting a warrant or similar to be allowed to read it, or get permission from the owner or the receiver of the letter to read it. Otherwise, it would be disturbing the secrecy of letters. You know, Briefgeheimnis. If I was sure it was a clue, I guess I wouldn't mind. There are a bunch of books lying here. They're all romantic-sounding novels about famous heists and fantastic thieves. Wow! Look at all the bookmarks and notes stuck into them! Let's see here. Note: must remember this thief's way of laughing. Very useful. Note: a calling card is an important part of any good thief's modus operandi. Wow, Ron really studied his stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up over there. Duck and cover! It's a missile! Did you know there's dynamite in missiles? But they're not heavy enough to be real. Oh, wait. They're just really well-made toys. What are these rolls of paper stuck in the trash can? Theft of the Mazarine Stone, the Great Albatross Strategy. Theft of the Immortal Goddess Statue, the Great Knuckle Bomber Strategy. Did the police even investigate this place? Oh, that's so cute! It's called a hot air balloon, you know. Wow! There's no fooling you. I want to make my own balloon now. I'll even let you ride in it, Nick. That emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. That's proof enough that One Delight really is MasqueDeMask. Better not tell Maya. She gets kind of scary when it comes to celebrities. Oh, I thought it was going to talk about the wigs. But okay. Oh, that's right. Here, this is from your wife. Oh, from Desi? Thank you! Actually, more like taken. Through the glass. My dear Ronnie, how are you? I'm doing fine. He's clutching onto that letter so hard the ink is going to be squeezed out. He looks so happy. You should write a letter to Mystic Maya too, Mr. Nick. I'll keep that in mind. Mr. Lawyer? Yes? In the letter that Desi wrote, she said, ask this guy to be your lawyer. Huh? I know this would be asking a lot, but could you please take my case? My trial starts tomorrow. Hey, hang on a second, he can't be your lawyer. Why not? What do you mean, why not? We're the victims in this case, right? Victims of this Damask guy. That means conflict of interest. I know this never actually happened in any case before, but that's kind of a reason here. Well, yeah, but according to Desiree, he didn't do it. She said, poor man, he's deluded himself into thinking he did it. Right, Mr. Nick? Come on, she could be lying to protect her husband. Well, that's true. No, actually not. Actually, it's hard to... Oh no, it's spreading. Oh, please, I'll give you the treasure of your choice in return. What should I do? Well, Mr. Delight, I've decided to give it a try. I'll defend you. Really? You will? Hey, what are you doing, Nick? He's a thief. You can't trust him. You're a sacred urn smasher. I can't trust you. Well, he may be a thief, but I think there's more to this case than meets the eye. Mr. Nick, I was wrong about you. I shouldn't have trusted you. Pearls? I can't believe you defend this person after what he did to Mystic Maya. I'll never forgive you, ever. Because God forbid Maya ever be unhappy. Pearly, wait! This is going to be ugly. I'll go after her. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Well, you couldn't have known she'd react like that. I guess I might as well start investigating. Oh, Maya. Where's Pearls? She said she's going back to the office. Go check on her later, would you? And what about you? Are you okay with me taking Mr. Delight's case? Yeah, I'm fine, Nick. I believe in you. I think I'm going to cry. I know you have a lot of work to do. I really appreciate it. Okay, Nick, let's get the show on the road. I'm gonna end here because this section of the video is already going on too long. So we'll continue the investigation next time.